Hello students, welcome to Simstar online learning classes. Over here you will get the best platform to upgrade your knowledge and make yourself better. This is Diksha and I hope you all are doing well. In the previous video about punctuation marks, we have talked about miscellaneous punctuation marks. And over there we have discussed about three punctuation marks which were the hyphen, inverted commas, also called as quotation marks, and parenthesis. So in this video we will talk about our last punctuation mark, that is apostrophe. Before knowing about apostrophe, let us first see and understand the definition of apostrophe. What is apostrophe? So apostrophe is a punctuation mark that looks like a comma, but we place it above the line of writing. So what you have to understand over here is that apostrophe is placed above the line of writing. Is it clear? Because it looks like a comma, but it is not a comma. So this was about the definition of apostrophe. So let's begin. Now see, apostrophe. The apostrophe is mainly used to form the possessive of nouns and to form certain contractions. So we use apostrophe in two ways. First way is when we form a possessive noun, and second way is when we are using any contraction. So let's first discuss about possessive case. Understood? This I have already told you when I have taught you about nouns, possessive case. But again we will discuss it. So the apostrophe is used to show the possession of nouns, whether singular or plural, which do not end with the letter S. Add an apostrophe followed by an S. For example, this is rule 1. The child's bag. So over here, child is a singular noun, right? So where we have to place apostrophe or where we have to put apostrophe, that is very important. So I told you that whenever there is a singular noun, so we have to add apostrophe before S. That is why over here the child's bag, we are putting apostrophe before S. Understood? So if I am saying the child's bag, so over here I am talking about the bag of the child. We are saying that the child is the owner of the bag. Understood? Let's see the second example. The woman's clip. So over here we are talking about the clip of the woman. So therefore, as it is a singular noun, we are placing apostrophe before S. Is it clear? So rule 1 says that whenever we are using any singular noun, we have to place apostrophe before S. Now let's see rule 2. Rule 2 says that apostrophe is added if the noun is plural and ends with an S. For example, the dog's bones. So over here we are saying the bones of the dog. We are saying that the bones belongs to the dogs, right? And dogs over here is plural noun. If I would have said dog, so dog would be a singular noun, right? If I would say like this, the dog's bone. So over here, dog over here is singular noun. So I would place the apostrophe before S. But over here, if I am saying the dog's bones, so over here I am talking about plural noun, dogs, right? We are talking about many dogs. So that is why whenever we are talking about any plural noun, what we have to do is we have to place apostrophe after S. I hope this is clear. The bird's nest. That is why over here we are talking about many birds. This is plural noun. That is why we are placing the apostrophe after S. I hope rule 2 is clear to everyone. Now let's discuss about rule 3. Rule 3 says that if the noun is a proper noun and it is singular and ends with an S, so where we have to put apostrophe, let's see. James' father. So over here what I want to say is the father of James, right? So over here we have to place apostrophe after S. Okay. But it is better to write James' father, means it is saying that it is better to put apostrophe before S rather than placing apostrophe after S. But both the sentences are correct. Whether you place it before S or after S, both are correct. Just what you have to understand is that it is a singular noun, not a plural noun. Is it clear? Now let's talk about rule 4. Rule 4 says added apostrophe is added to form the possessive in the case of compound nouns by first pluralizing the main noun. For example, my two sisters-in-laws, children. The children of my two sister-in-law. What I want to convey is I'm saying that the children of my two sister-in-law. So over here my main noun is law. So we have to place apostrophe where? In laws, not in sisters. Is it clear? You have to understand this. Okay, that in the case of compound nouns we have to add apostrophe by pluralizing the main noun. Is it clear? Now let's see rule 5. For irregular plurals, we add the apostrophe and the letter S to show possession. For example, men's coat, the children's toys, the women's clothes. So as I told you earlier that whenever we are talking about singular noun, we have to place apostrophe before S. And whenever we are talking about plural noun, we have to place apostrophe after S. So in the rule 5, these are what? These are irregular plurals. Irregular plurals means what? Like child, children, right? Woman, women, right? Man, men. These are what? These are irregular plurals. So whenever we are talking about irregular plurals, we have to add apostrophe before S. Okay, we don't have to add apostrophe after S. Remember this, we have to add apostrophe before S because these nouns are not having S. So we have to add S and we have to add apostrophe where? Before S. Is it clear? So this was about the apostrophe used in possessive nouns, and I hope all 5 rule is clear to everyone. Now let's talk about contractions. In contractions, there are some cases in which two words which occur together are joined and some letters in between are omitted. In such cases, the apostrophe is used to signify the missing letters. 3 cases in which this happens frequently are: first, nouns, pronoun plus auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb can be primary verb or modal verb. Is it clear? Now, what are primary verb? So, primary verb over here can be what? Is, am, are, was, were, have, has, had, does, do, and did. And modal auxiliaries can be shall, will, should, would, can, could, may, might, must, need, ought, and dare. So these are what? Primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries. Is it clear? Now let's see the rule. I am. So over here am. So over here I am putting apostrophe after I. So over here I am omitting which letter? I am omitting the letter A over here. Is it clear? So whenever you will see I am written like this where A is omitted, that the meaning of that word is I am. So if I am saying I am late, so it is I am late. You, your. So over here this means what? You are. She's, she is, or she has. I would or I had. Is it clear? So this you have to read. Now see, note, in this case and the previous one, only the context can tell us which verb is meant. They apostrophe VE. They have. This means what? They have. We are omitting H, A and we are putting what? Apostrophe. So over here in this sentence the meaning is they have woken up late. Is it clear? will. So it can be we will or we shall be late. He'll be late. So over here, what does it mean? He will be late. We are omitting what? We are omitting W and I. Now let's see another rule. Modal verb plus have. This happens with four past tense forms of modals. For example, should apostrophe VE. So this means what? Should have. Would apostrophe VE. Would have. Could apostrophe VE. This means could have. Might apostrophe VE. This means what? Might have. Now let's see another rule. Auxiliary verb plus not. Each of the primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries has a negative contracted form. These are all listed below. Primary auxiliaries are, am, is, was, were, have, has, had, does, do, and did. This thing I have already told you. So negative form of the above auxiliaries are aren't, isn't, wasn't, weren't, haven't, hasn't, hadn't, doesn't, don't, and didn't. It is didn't, not didn't. Okay, the correct pronunciation is didn't. Modal auxiliaries shall, will, should, would, can, could, may, and might, must, dare, need, and ought. So the negative form of the above auxiliaries are must not, dare not, need not, won't, can't, wouldn't, couldn't, and so on. Now let's see, these are some common mistakes which we make. So let's go through them very quickly. The possessive of the pronoun it is, its, not its. Its is used only either it is or it has. Hence the following sentence is incorrect. The dog was feeding its puppy. So over here it's, so as I have told you that whenever you see apostrophe, that means certain letter is omitted from there, right? So if I am using it's over here, so the sentence would be like this: the dog was feeding it is puppies. So is it sounding correct? The sentence is sounding correct. No, it is not. It is wrong. So over here, instead of using contraction form of it is or using apostrophe over here, we have to use what? We have to use its, its, without apostrophe. Is it clear? Now see next rule. Never use an apostrophe with an possessive pronoun. That is his, hers, its, theirs, ours, yours, whose. They already show possession, so they don't require an apostrophe. Like in this sentence, the correct sentence is this book is hers, not yours. So over here I am talking about hers and yours. Over here is what? It is a possessive pronoun. So over here we don't have to put apostrophe. So over in this sentence, yours faithfully. So yours is what? Yours is a possessive pronoun. So I cannot use apostrophe over there. And this is the reason that we tell you that in letter writing we cannot use apostrophe. When we are writing complimentary clause, we cannot use apostrophe with yours. That will be a wrong statement. Is it clear? So this was about apostrophe.